Hi, today I want to talk to you around notes and adding notes directly to your jobs in the Trak platform. Now, notes in your Trak account can be really simple. It can be just information about what's upcoming on a job, general notes about communications with customers or clients, photos and information. Or they can be more detailed and associated to sub jobs and projects, and it creates a history of your communication at job level. When we start talking about notes, we can see that in a job, there is a notes tab that allows you to add information directly to your job. So when we open our notes tab, you'll see that a history of notes will be here. Every time you add a note to the job, it will tell you which user added the note, the date and time that it was done, and if the note has been edited or changed. Some additional information that you will see here, if you're adding notes to subjobs, all of your subjob notes will automatically generate at the project level. So I can see here, this job is a project and I've got individual subjobs. And if I've added notes at subjob level, it will also tell me which subjob it is in so that I can see a history of everything that's happening directly in here. So in the Track platform, your notes will be really, really important for you to quickly see where the job's up to give information from your office or from your main admin team to staff or contractors in the field. And it will allow you to put in updates and files on the jobs. So looking at our notes tab at the top, obviously we can search notes. We can create tags for notes. This is really important if you've got a large project and you've got thousands of notes that are getting added to the job over the journey. You might want to filter those notes by different areas, whether it's defects, RFIs, additional information, quality assurance, variations, whatever's relevant to you. You've got the ability to hide subjob notes or show subjob notes, and you've got the ability to add a note. When we add a note in the Track platform, it's pretty straightforward. You've got your box here that you can type in information or add scripts. This will allow you to put information in really quickly that you can then fill out. You've then got the option here to upload attachments. Obviously, this links live to your camera roll, your files tab. You can select the files option, whether you're on PC, Apple, or Android. You can add something and add it directly back to the job. You'll notice that when we're uploading files and documents here, we do have a 100 meg upload limit. So if you have more than that, just add a secondary note with additional photos or files or information. You'll also notice directly below this, we have the ability to draw a sketch. Sketches here can be free text and you can just draw around the screen. You've got the ability here also to add shapes or fields. This is really good if you've got markups or measurements or details that you want to take. You can add text to the system here, so we can, add information directly to the system. These can be filled in, added, detailed, managed in any way you want. You can then save those items and add them back to the system. Below your note is some critical information depending on how you're using it. If you want to tag a note, you can obviously choose your tags. This is really important if you want to filter by tags at a later stage or if you're exporting notes out of the system. You'll also realize that if you're using projects, you can add a note at the project level and you can share that note to subjobs. So if you've got a project, which might be multiple apartments or townhouses or areas or stages, and you're writing one note, but you want that note to be on every single subjob, you can just add that note to your subjobs by ticking the box. Or you can choose that it's only sent to a particular subjob. You've got the ability to notify people about a note. When you add a note to the job, it will just save into the Notes tab. But if you notify people, it will ping a message to them depending on how the notifications are set up. You can notify all or selected users. You can also set permissions on a note. Some of your notes might be about finances or it might be about site directions that are not relevant to everyone in your business. You can hide notes or have strict access or set user access levels directly for a note as well. And you've also got the ability to add a note and share that note with a subcontractor company. If this job is going to be shared now or in the future, you can choose that this note will automatically share across and provide access to your contractor critical information that you may need. Your contractor can then reply back to it, and you can see information that the contractor has added from their job directly into yours. So adding a note is really important, and it allows you to communicate seamlessly on a job. Once you've added a note to the system, your most recent notes will stay at the top, and it'll push your old notes further to the bottom. If you need to pin a note to the top, you can. Critical information about the job, about the client, reminders, details, whatever's relevant. If you click the three dots below your note, it will give you additional functionality. Now, this functionality is dependent on the access level you have to the platform, but you can manage access for contractors, sharing with subjobs, the history of editing. You can pin notes, create tasks or issues that may have happened from a note. All of this information can happen from the three dots at the bottom. You've also got the ability to share a note externally. If your client wants to know what happened on site that day, just click the three dots and share it with them. It'll share the note and all the attachments automatically, and you can give your client access or anyone who's relevant. You can also reply back to a note. If you've sent a note to one of your staff members, they can click the reply button, reply back to you. It will keep your note in thread, and you can see the whole history of all your notes together. Notes are a critical way to stay on top of what has happened on site each day, and it creates like a daily diary of what's been happening on each of your work sites, so that if you are questioned by a customer or someone asks you a question, you no longer have to, ring them back, try and contact your staff member or contractor. You may not be able to get onto them for 2 or 3 hours. Then you've got to ring the client back. You can't get a hold of them for 2 or 3 hours. This is what results in a lot of back and forth and phone calls between clients, customers, staff, and contractors. The Notes tab allows you to have everything in one central space so that you're saving time, you're managing quality, you're staying on top of who did what when. And most importantly, if you need to refer back to this information in 1 year, 2 years, or 10 years' time, it's all here saved into the job for future reference. If you need any additional information in regards to notes, adding notes, or managing notes in the Trak platform, please reach out to our team at contact@trak.co or through the support speech bubble in the bottom right-hand corner. Thank you very much.